Hi David, Ashling here from Off the Ball. After the alleged allegations came to light, the coaches were given a standing down order by the FAI. Can you explain what that is exactly and when it came into play?
So whenever a concern is raised with us, we evaluate the information, and if we reach a threshold of concern or risk that's present in the game, then we act and we issue a stand down order to those to ensure that they're not involved in any capacity of the game. And that is what transpired after learning of these allegations.
And do you feel that there was a complete lack of care by the FAI at that time for the women's game?
I think it's somewhat difficult for me to be able to address that directly, given neither Aoife nor I were present at the time, but you can tell from the sentiments made in the show last night that I think there's an acceptance that the women's game should have had greater care and attention. And that is a key lesson from the show and the article yesterday. I'm happy to report that I think the women's national team is in a far better place today, and I think hopefully everyone can see the progress that we've made. But again, the lesson to be learned is we can't take that for granted. We need to keep on driving to increase service levels, protections and awareness.
And what is your message to families and to parents now that are hearing these allegations and they're worried about their kids being involved in the FAI?
I think the message needs to be that these are important stories that needed to be told, and I must pay credit to Mark and Mary for bringing these forward, and for the PFA Ireland for supporting in getting these stories brought to light. The reality is that we need to ensure and redouble our efforts that safeguarding is in a very strong place in the game right now, and that is the message we want to convey to all in our football community, that football is a fun, safe environment, and that is our primary objective. It's not about winning tournaments. That is where it all starts, and we are redoubling our efforts to make sure everyone is aware that we have adequate processes and procedures in place, and again, where there are opportunities for us to improve, such as introducing an independent reporting line, we have done so.
And finally, from me, what support is in place now for these women who've showed great strength and courage to come forward?
So when we met the women back in February, immediately we offered support to them. We weren't sure what that support looked like. And when we came back and looked at what was appropriate, so we set up the support framework that's available to them right now. But we understood at that time that actually there could be others who would require that support. And hence we set up the independent Raise a Concern helpline to ensure that if anyone who saw the programme last night has witnessed or experienced anything similar, that they have an opportunity to raise it appropriately. And I think in addition to what David has said, it is really important that we understand that policies and procedures and safeguarding measures are in place and have been in place for a long time. But that is not enough. It is about our behaviours across all of our football community. And we would ask everyone to help us to create a really safe environment for those who play it or are in administration in football. It's essential. It can't just be a document. It can't just be a policy. We would ask all of you to call it out, tell us, report it, and we will be committed and reassure everyone that we will do everything to investigate it fully.